Hello everyone, my name is Naveen Kapoor and I am a blockchain ICO and IO consultant. Today we have Daniel. He is the CEO of NextHash Group and NextInter. NextInter is coming up with their IO by the month of October. In this interview, I'll be asking a few questions which are related to their product, which are related to their IO. So please welcome Daniel. Daniel, before starting anything, can you please introduce yourself and your company?
Sure. Thank you, Naveen. So this is Daniele Mensi. I'm the CEO of NextHash.
Okay.
I look really tired because I come from 2 weeks of continuous travels from different part of the world.
Okay.
So for a couple of days, I will be resting before traveling back to different continents as of the next week. So I'm the CEO of NextHash. NextHash is a company which is a regulated exchange, regulated in Europe, and with fiat crypto and custodian licenses, but has planned to have a worldwide licensing framework to include a new category of investors into the crypto spheres, and also to include the so-called institutional investors into digital assets and security tokens.
Okay. And can you please tell us what is unique about NextHash? So we see a lot of exchanges are there around the world. So what is different which NextHash is doing?
NextHash is trying to have a brand new approach to the exchange landscape by creating a complete compliant framework as of the very beginning. So meaning starting to be licensed. Right now we have fiat crypto and custodian license, but we will upgrading our licensing framework with MTF or ATS licensing, e-money licensing, and all type of licenses we're going to have on a worldwide basis to make sure that the investors, when they're going to invest into crypto assets, and I'm talking about now securities, they will feel very, very comfortable about so the protection they're going to have onto their asset class.
Okay. And where is the headquarter of NextHash?
So the headquarters is in London, but we are ramping up an organization which is being organized in a very distributed manner, because we believe competences are all over the world, and we are not limiting ourselves in a single jurisdiction, a single country. So in fact, we're having a quite broad approach also in the corporate structure, and we have so the headquarters is in London, but we have also support functions in different countries, including Slovenia. And then we have other head offices in Dubai, Singapore, still in Europe, in Cyprus and other jurisdictions. But we plan to grow as regulation will do.
Perfect. And when we talk about market opportunities, the crypto assets, cryptocurrencies, blockchain companies, we see millions of companies around the globe. So have you done some analysis which are related to the market opportunity? How big is the market opportunity for NextHash?
I do see, I don't look at the current market cap in the crypto assets, which we are in the region of hundreds of billions. But I'm looking also at what is not yet in the crypto market. So if you think about what is the value, what is the cap for the bond market, which is in the region of 80 trillion, and as the stock exchange market, which is in the region of about 70 trillion. So the guys that today play into this market, they do see the crypto and digital assets on top of crypto as like an hobby, because it's less than 1% in terms of value as what they are usually able to play with. So idea is to look at this brand and very big market and trying to redesign those markets in a fully compliant manner. So as the big player of the finance, trying to redefine the way they invest and the way they step into it. So I'm looking at redefining so a new class of digital assets by taking inspiration of Wall Street and trying to bring Wall Street on the blockchain in a proper manner.
Okay. And I know the NextHash had already completed their product and they are working for quite a long time. So looking at the roadmap of NextHash, what are the next 3-year projection for NextInter, their exchange, and NextHash group?
So the very first target we have, which is what we are trying to do with the IEO that's going to start on the 14th of October, is to create awareness to the market. We believe when it comes down to security token offering and in general on the token offering, there is still lack of education by, let me say, the normal people. Because lack of trust, lack of confidence, and because of there is a lack of education. So our first step is making sure that we create good content to the market. So as we try to include new people on board into the crypto landscape. For the next year, so our product, so our exchange is up and running and it's fully regulated, but we plan to enhance our exchange from different perspectives. Number one, we plan to upgrade our licensing framework to be able to extensively trade say security token in the main jurisdictions.
Okay.
So we try not to keep or not to have an approach of having just a license which allow us to trade on secondary market, but we want to be in the main jurisdiction. Example, we are closely following what's going on in the UK with the FCA. Of course, we have a US in our roadmap, having also ATS license. For the time being, for next year, we plan to have MTF license in Europe, so to allow secondary trading as of Europe. We plan to enhance our product portfolio by adding forex trading in our platform. We plan to enhance the pairs of cryptocurrencies we're going to have. For the time being, we're accepting US dollars and euro, and we'll accept more and more cryptocurrencies, and we'll enhance also our product offering. The idea is to allow peace of mind investment to our platform and to allow extensive secondary market trading throughout our platform.
Perfect. That would be something very, very amazing, which I have not seen in the market at the moment to do the trading on the secondary markets. So that would be really great. So my next question is, when we talk about IEO, when we talk about some ICOs, so what are the capital structure for NextHash, the coming up IEO? How much tokens have been allocated to the management, to the employees, and to the public sale?
Yes, absolutely. So in our white paper, this is extensively described. So first of all, we plan to sell 60% of the token out of the total supply of about 300 million tokens. So the total supply for token that will be sold, it's 210 million tokens. So the valuation, so the value for each token will be approximately 12.6 of US dollars, sorry. So then, of course, at the early beginning of the token sale, the price will be a little bit lower. So we don't know exactly what will be the average price of token sale, but that will be the average. So for a total of 210 million of token supply. So in terms of token distribution, 60% is for sale, 25% is in the team, 10% is to advisor, and 5% will be reserved to strategic partner and airdrop. It's very lean structure, so we have 4 steps of token allocation.
Yeah, that's great.
In terms of what will be the allocation to the team, the idea is, first of all, we are very keen that we don't want to pump and dump the price, and we want to make sure that whoever is going to participate in the IO has an interest on creating value to the market. So that's why also in terms of discount, we are not really, our target is not to sell the token supply.
Absolutely.
So our goal into the IEO is to include as much people as possible that have an interest to create a new category of investors. That's our goal for the IEO.
Perfect. And when I talk about the token distribution, the decentralization related to this, I would like to ask that what is the ROI structure have you placed for the investors? Because most of the investors or the normal people who are doing the investment in the tokens, they want to know what is the ROI structure, what is the return on investment if they are doing, like maybe if they are keeping their funds for 1 year or 2 years, what are the functionalities, what are the things NextHash is doing to make sure that the value of the token will increase with the passage of time? This is the first thing. And the second thing is, after how long the company will start making the profit? Because I'm sure when a startup is raising the funds, the most of the funds will either go to marketing or to the operational expenses. But most of the investors want to know when the company will start making the profit so that they can see some movement in their investment.
So first of all, there are 2 questions behind. On the first side, meaning so the idea is um, to make sure that people understand that this is a utility token, is not a security. So that's why I emphasize all the time when so our customers are willing to buy the token to make an investment, they have to be very, very careful that they are buying a utility token, not a security. So
Absolutely.
there is a fundamental difference. And that's why with our US lawyer, we have requested also a written approval by the SEC to make sure, then we will do a press release for that, making sure that our token is classified as pure utility. So this means we have to be very careful not to extensively promote an investment, because that is not per se an investment, but is a utility. So this means whoever is willing to join our EO have to be very keen that this token has a fundamental utility, which is the token can be used to trade on our exchange at discounted price. The token allow the benefit to have a debit card, branded debit card for NextHash. The token allow the participation to a new Forex platform that we're going to develop on our platform. And last but not least, that's the main, we believe, unique selling point for the token, is that the token allow the participation of a token holder to early stage of security token offering. It's very, very important to specify that the token itself is not, does not allow to buy, so a security token, otherwise it would be a security itself. The token allowed to step into a phase of a security token offering. So per se, the token doesn't allow, doesn't give any direct return of investment, because it's not, but allow participation in what we believe is the best phase. And it's important to remark that so token holders are allowed to participate depending on the structuring of the security token offering. So it's not us to decide, but depending on the token issuer, whether jurisdictions are allowed or not, whether retailers are allowed or not, which type of exemptions, and all of these will be part of our educational process. As part of the second question, when we will be profitable, so we have invested a lot of money to create all this, and I'm talking about a very lot of money. So we were very good at making sure to raise enough capital to build the product first, and then IEO, meaning participation later. At the same time, if you take the year-on-year, let's say, business model and ROI, indeed, it will be profitable as of year one. So if you take the run rate of a cost and offset by the revenues and all the rest, and capitalization, all the rest, we're going to be profitable as of year one. Of course, what has been invested is being capitalized over a longer period of time. But if you take the pure run rate of our cost structure versus the revenues, definitely we're going to be profitable as of year one.
Perfect. And see, now I'll be asking a few questions which are related to the risk. I know that still the NextHash has to acquire the license across the different jurisdictions to start their product. So looking at the compliance and regulations, do you see any principal risk to your business if you are not acquiring? So do you have any secondary plan for your products to make sure that you give confidence to your customers, to your investors?
Yeah, I mean, our strategy is going to move to different directions. So we have we so-called the mainstream, which of course is strongly dependent by the upgrade of a licensing frame, because the license is key to, number one, making sure institutional investors feel comfortable and to step into it. And also, we have a frictionless experience to the normal retail investors. So that, to this extent, we believe one of the main friction to the mass adoption is definitely regulation and inclusion due to regulation, let me say. On the second side, we don't have just one single line of product, but we have multiple product lines. So we have the standard, let's say, crypto assets into our exchange that will be enhanced with more assets that will come over time. So that's one line of business. So it's going to come as part of our licensing upgrade. So this means we will enhance the participation thanks to the licensing, but we are not betting on one single horse, because we're having a multi-direction strategy that we believe can move forward altogether.
Definitely. This is what a real business or the new startup should look like. So they should not look at the one directions in a business terms. And when we talk about marketing, so I see very less, the hype about NextHash. So what are the coming plans for market your product in the market?
We have a very, very, very different approach than a similar company than us. So we just started. So our IO started on 14th of October, and we have already secured 60 hits on main newspaper and main media without paying. Okay. So this means our approach is making sure we create value with our native content, and we create value with our value proposition. We want to bring to the market as a mean of innovation, as opposite to, let's say, just spreading hype and spreading content over paid media, and then because somehow to convince people to come on board on us. So to this extent, we're trying to following this type of approach, which we believe it's pretty different. And we want to create genuine value and to foster organic growth.
Yeah, definitely. So we want more and more people to know about this creative and innovative product in the market, in the cryptocurrency markets. So definitely with the organic growth, we are going to stay in this market for quite a long, instead of having a fake number of subscriber or the user in the system.
Absolutely.
So when I talk about competitors, so I know this NextHash is coming up with something very, very innovative with the forex trading options, with the options to stake for the STO in futures. But have you done some analysis based on the competitions? Do you see any competitor in future or the current for your product?
Yeah. I mean, it depends from which perspective we do see. So we believe that if I look from a security token offering today, it's a couple of years that people hear security token is coming. But so far, if we observe things from, let's say, if I look at Europe, if I look at the US, and if I look also Asia, particularly with focus on Singapore, things have just started. Meaning, so I just read today what iStocks is doing in Singapore, being in the sandbox and raising the first round over their Series A funding, and but they have not yet, if I understood properly, completed their sandbox process, so they cannot extensively trade on secondary market. Liquidity is not there. But all this, it's to me, it's not a real problem. So to answer to your question, who is your competitor? I think we're starting right now, and we're trying. So for the players, they already started probably before than us. We're trying to build it. So I don't believe that the 10 people now active in the space on a worldwide basis are competing. I think we're rather working together to build the fundamental gaps in a brand new market that we're going to develop together.
Okay. So I think I have asked most of my questions. So now to you, Daniel, if you want to say something which I have missed out in this EMA sessions, you are most welcome to say to our audience and to the blockchain community.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to do, I call it a reverse approach. So typically, and also this is also, you can see this from a brand new model also for startup. Typically startup, what they're doing, they raise money on early stage, either from friends and family, either from venture capitalists, or from different investment companies. And then they create a kind of traction even before, and then they raise up. So we have reversed. So in fact, we have secured enough capital at the beginning, not to do a small piece of development and then enhancing this over time. We have secured a very large amount of capital to create. So it's like a Series A from zero. So we bootstrap a Series A from zero company. And then as of that, we have secured to be the product and the licensing frame to start as of day one. So after this, after the journey, as of day one, to be able to create a very large community and to address a very large market. So to this extent, this is a very, very different approach to the market. And secondly, it's very important for us making sure that we build a proper awareness to the market, so the proper community first, and then scaling up our product without, throwing money out of the window in our marketing budget. That's, I believe, those are unique ways of how we crafted our company and the way we're addressing our market position.
Perfect. So thank you very much, Daniel. It was a wonderful AMA session. So I believe our audience will enjoy this. And thank you very much. And good luck to the entire team for the coming IEO. Thank you
Thank you,
very
Naveen.
much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.